And we'll get started. I'll let you know what's going on. I'm just setting up the stream here. And then we'll get to it. Then I'll be able to see your comments and stuff as well, which is also very important. And of course, I do like to change the thumbnail. I don't know if I have anything for a Thursday, working on the layout for a Thursday. That's kind of weird. What's my live standard? Oh, okay. Yeah, but that doesn't... Can I change that? Running trains. I don't have one for this. Well, I'll tell you what. Do I not have a working on the layout live? Okay, I want to cancel, undo changes. I'll just keep this the standard one there. I don't care. I'm just working on the layout. We don't have to do anything crazy. But that was something I'm going to have to add to my list at a later time, just to make a standard one for if I am working on the layout. Hopefully the volume's off. Okay, there we go. Okay. Hey Dave. Hey Kyle. How's it going? Hey guys. What's up? And it's me now. I know you're probably gonna, you're looking at me. Hi. Okay, I'm Go Veer, Go Home. Thank you so much for joining. Yeah, so I'm gonna do some work on the layout today. I've got about an hour or so. Kids will be getting off the bus, so I'm gonna have to go and get them. So we're gonna do some work here, and you can just follow along. If you want to work on the layout, that's cool too. And yeah. And I keep getting pop-ups. Weather is pretty bad. No, I didn't. Okay. Well, yeah, the weather is bad. Hey, Train Fan and Brad and Eminem. Speaking of Eminem, today's Thursday, Third Rail Thursday. Normally I go live on Thursday nights at 8 o'clock, but I'm going to do a live now. And Eminem is going to do a live later. I normally run trains on Wednesday, but I was super busy yesterday, so that's why I want to do something right now. And to remind you to go over to Eminem's channel tonight, 8 o'clock, Eminem Rails. Yeah. So without further ado... Oh, Brad is asking about my shelves. I'm just going to go back to that for a second. These here, which I'm going to just turn the camera slightly so that you can see, minus the clock there. These are 6 feet long. It's a standard 6 foot. I bought them all like that. And it's 2 pieces. You can see one is much longer. And I got to take the staple out of there. One is much longer than the other. I drilled down into the smaller piece, creating almost like an L, and then I use screws just to screw it into the whatchamacallits in the wall, studs. The studs. I had to use my stud finder and find studs. So, yeah. Great question. Hey Brian, how's it going? And Wigwag, how's it going, Wigwag? We are just working on the layout today. So you can see here, you can see with this part of the layout here, this is a super rough kind of sketchy area here. I'm going to move that out of the way. And I've got a building here as well. I got to move that building out of the way. So this is my paper mill section. And I've been doing a bit more work on this area lately because I'm trying to finalize things. You know, I'm trying to make things look finished. Trying to do, you know, ballast here and there and, you know, do what I can to kind of bring each section to life, more or less. So, and that car is going to keep moving. So I more or less emptied out the yard here. And Dwight Curley and John and Idaho Railfan. How's it going, everybody? Don't forget to go over to Eminem's channel tonight. Eminem Rails is doing Third Rail Thursday. This is just midday Thursday. Not much going on, but I thought I'd do a tiny bit of work on the layout. Now this is just some green painter's tape. And I'm going to put this, oh, you know what, I gotta cut it because it's too long, or too wide, I should say. And I'm gonna do a bit of plaster work here. Hopefully everybody's having a good day. It's kind of nasty out there with the rain and whatnot. So I'm in my train room. So I'm covering up just the rail portions here of this whole thing. Yeah, I cut a piece that was way too long. Cool. And John 2618, how's it going? How's it going? Canadian Locomotive Logistics, how's it going? Gonna see if we can see this from a different angle here. See if this looks any better, if you guys can see more. Whoop. There we go. I mean, it's, you know, it's there. Sorry for the shakiness. Okay, good. So all this here, this is all stuff that I recently glued down. It's all glued down and it's okay. It's just foam core board. Oh, yeah, I don't need more than that. Foam core board, and I've cut it into, you know, these shapes and these sizes and whatnot, and the sections that are between the rails here. So this is like it's gonna be concrete that, you know, goes over, but I don't put it in the middle. I'm gonna put a flat piece in there so that nothing gets stuck, and then paint over that. That's just how I do it. And it's turned out okay so far, wherever I've done that, so. But what I'm doing is that because I leave a little section here between the rail and the actual concrete, I'm gonna fill in that tiny spot with actual filler, with actual, not concrete, but plaster. And it's gonna give us a little bit of a better transition. Hey Danny, how's it going? Danny, my minimum radius is usually about 29 inches. My largest right now is about 35. You know, nothing too small because I've got passenger cars that need to make it around these corners, and I've started collecting some auto racks as well, and they also require a good amount of curvature to not look ridiculous going around these corners. Kyle hasn't had any time to work on his layout. Life does get in the way, 100%. Some days I just feel lazy. I won't come down here for a couple of days. Or if I do come down here, it's because I have to go to work. And I work in the office in the back. But in most cases, I try to do at least 15 minutes to a half hour here and there. Nothing too crazy. Again, you know, life gets in the way. Being married and having 2 kids that are both under the age of 10, they are handfuls. And, you know, can't do trains all the time. But it's nice when I do get to. Well, it's that time of year, right? Like, winter's coming. This is basically prime hibernation for me right now. I should be sleeping somewhere. But instead, you know, I decided to work on the layout instead. Once again, guys, because I know that there's a bunch of people who've joined us recently here. M&M Rails, who's typically in the chat. I know he's probably working right now, so he's doing Third Rail Thursday tonight, so I'll be over there watching his live stream tonight. And my elbow's going to be in your way. And I highly encourage you guys to go and check out his live as well. Third Rail Thursday. We're always coming up with new ideas here to share the hobby. And Third Rail Thursday was just, well, it started off as the GVO After Dark, but I'm like, well, you know, we can entertain everybody one day a week for an hour, or we can make a point to show up every single week, 8 o'clock, Thursday, and share what's new in the hobby and all the things with the hobby, right? Because there's always something. So typically it's Dave Co. Dave Co does the first week, but he's been away. So Tim from They Make It Like That, he kind of stepped up there. So he does the first week, the first Thursday of every month. And I usually do the second week, which is, that's today. Today's the second week, but Mark wanted to switch weeks, which does happen time to time. But I'm glad that I can let you all know in advance, so you're not all like, oh, who's going live tonight? Who's going live tonight? Well, it's definitely Mark tonight, M&M Rails. So make sure you go check him out. And then we'll be back here next Thursday. Oh, Halloween costume reveal. Nice. I know that a lot of people are anticipating that. And, of course, 'tis the season, right? So, it should be good. And, of course, because it is Halloween, thanks for reminding me there, Mark. GVO After Dark, every year, or at least for the last 4 years, because that's how long we've been doing it. And we get a lot of positive response from 2 very specific shows that we do every year. One being the Halloween show, which is going to be at the end of this month. And another being our Christmas special, which is going to happen in 2 months. So 2 very important shows that you guys are going to want to make sure you tune in for as well. And I have a new setup that I'll be trying out this month for GVO After Dark, because I'm kind of trying to set up a more permanent location with better lighting and better everything. So we'll see how that goes. Mark doesn't have a costume yet. I already have mine figured out, Mark. You got to be on the ball, otherwise you're that person Christmas Eve, you know, outside the Toys R Us trying to figure out what to get, you know. Except it's Halloween and it's costume, but yeah. I've been there. Now, normally we don't give away what we're going to be or dressed up as. But if you do want to see the show, it's the last Thursday of the month, 8 o'clock at night. GVO After Dark. And I know I'm probably blocking your view right now with my arm. Trey, sorry for that. For the next Otter Valley meet. So are you talking about the YouTuber meetup? Or are you talking about just going to Otter Valley in general? Because the last meetup that I did was more of it was a YouTuber model railroader meetup, which was super fun, by the way. Because I do have some ideas, but nothing's in stone yet. I don't want to make any promises that I can't keep, but I've been working on it already. Hey Lee, how's it going? Welcome aboard. I'll be checking tickets soon. Just kidding. Can't check tickets on here. Okay, so I got that, all that is taped off basically. There was a couple other things that I wanted to fix as well. And I also wanted to put tape along the track here, just in case. Because you can never be too sure, too safe, you know, stuff like that. And because this is going around a curve, it's kind of a pain. But whatever. You can see I did all this. All the brown over here on this side. Kind of. There we go. I did all this. This has to be greened still. But before I green all this, I wanted to make sure all this was good. So that's what I work on all month long. You know, I do little bits here and there. I usually pick a section. Sometimes it's at least like a 4-foot section. and I just chip away at it, you know, nothing too crazy. Whoops. Nothing too crazy. The ballast that I put down last month, I still haven't glued that down because I'm kind of waiting to do ballast going right around here and then glue all that at one time. But I want to make sure it all looks good before I glue it all down. Lee's working on his layout. That's good, that's good. I don't know about you guys, but normally when I'm working on the layout, when I'm not doing it live, I usually have music going and whatnot. Obviously can't do that here due to copyright stuffs, so I don't bother. But also, my taste, I can guarantee you, is probably not the same as everybody in the chat. So, yeah. Just trying to avoid the awkward. Wonder if you can see a little bit better if I go like this. Yeah, it looks okay. Now this plaster stuff that I'm going to use is the same stuff that I use for most of my well, I mean, like I use a combination of this plaster and I do use Sculptamold as well. But I only have a little bit of Sculptamold left and I don't need to use that on this when I can use the other stuff. But when it comes to filling in areas right where tracks are, then yeah, I usually use this stuff. So just gonna move this car altogether out of the way because that's a pain. And there was a piece of rail here, yeah, right there. Thought I got it all, but I did not. And it looks okay. I mean, it's not perfect, but it will. Well, you know what? I found another spot. It's right here. I will end up cleaning these tracks anyways, but the less I have to clean, the better. For obvious reasons, of course. So it's like, what would you rather do? Spend your time cleaning track or running trains? What do I listen to? What do I listen to? Well, I used to DJ, so it was always top 40. But what I would never really put that on in my personal time. There's a lot of bands and groups that I like, Uh, you know, I don't know if you would know any of them because a lot of them are Canadian bands. But I think my favorite band overall would have to be Linkin Park. They've always been my favorite. First concert I ever went to was Linkin Park. So, yeah. Which is usually what I put on, here when I'm, working. They've got a good album. I could put any playlist of any of their songs I could jam to. So, but other than that, a lot of Canadian artists, Alexis on Fire, City in Color, stuff like that. Billy Talent. So there's an edge around this thing and it's thick. So I'm just kind of scoring it down a little bit here so that when I put the stuff on top of it, it won't be as harsh of a thing. I'm very good at explaining things. Didn't you know? Train Fan 120, how's it going? No, my cat is not on fire, but that's what she's named after, because my cat's name is Alexis. Although it's 2 I's in her name, where Alexis on Fire is all one word and 1 I. Where's my... No, I don't need the garbage bag. It is like getting super warm down here though, because lights have been on for a minute. So now I am shedding my sweater. Okay. So this is where we make a little bit of a mess, yeah? We'll start over here, start in this general area. Hopefully y'all can see that. Move some of this stuff out of the way. Oh geez, drop my ruler. Okay, well that's cool. Move the camper and the car. And I'm gonna use the bigger trowel for this because I want to cover a larger section here. And I want to make sure that gets... But I've got a smaller one as well. This is the stuff I use. All-purpose drywall plaster. It's already pre-mixed and it tastes terrible, so don't eat it. Yep. Hey, Sidetracks, how's it going? Okay, and these lids are like ridiculous to take off, so there's that too. Okay, so I got about 1/4 of a bucket here. And this is going to be fun. This is where the mess happens. But this is also exciting because this whole section here is a continuation of that side over there, right? So the whole scene goes together. And it just means that it's going to look even better, fingers crossed, when it's done. Now, all I'm doing is blending this into here. So that this all looks like one thing. Yeah, not terrible. As I predicted, not terrible. Well, what's the worst that can happen, right? Hey, I'm always looking out, Kyle. I'll try eating the plaster so that no one else has to. Take one for the team. That's how we do things around here. So I also have to slyly get a little bit in here as well. And I'm not using a lot, just enough to fill in that little space. It's a little space. It's not a big space, it's a little space. Right between the foam core board and the rail. Now, I have used this method before on other parts of the layout, and it turned out okay. So I feel confident when I do something like this, and again, there's probably like 50 ways to do this, but this is just the way I do it. It's inexpensive, no headache, hardly any mess. It's like those infomercials where they're like, and cleanup is a snap. It's not necessarily a snap, but it's really easy. So there's that. But yeah, mostly inexpensive, because this is, for this tub here, it was like 10 bucks. It used to be $8, but I don't know what happened. Probably inflation. Inflation happened. If anybody asks, it was inflation's fault. Now, it looks like garbage right now, but as soon as it dries and I paint it and whatnot, it'll look a lot better, I promise. Famous last words, though, right? I will give that a light sanding as well. A light sanding I find is very important with this because, well, especially for the road area, I mean, you can leave it on the rough side, but it really depends on if that's the look you're going for. It's personally not the look I'm going for, but you are able to, just in case you were thinking about it. And Dave is back. Hey, Dave. Then to add tire tracks. Well, see, here's the thing, because some of this is going to be paved, and then another part of this is going to be gravel. So I'm going to do all that like at one time. It would technically be good, but because I got a lot to sand and whatnot. It's just, yeah. But it is a good idea. If you're using this stuff to make roads, then absolutely, before it dries. I've even used this stuff to make rock walls. And what I do is I usually wait, like I'll put this all against the area that I want to be a rock wall. And I give it about 8 or 9 hours. It's not completely hard at that point, so I just carve it. And then you let it sit for another 24 to 48 hours, and it'll be hardened, and you can, at that point, do your coloring of the rocks. Yeah, this is supposed to be mostly, well, down that way, it's going to be mostly ballast, but up here I wanted to have road access where trucks can come in and, you know, kind of like a rail to road transfer. I've got a little distribution building that goes on that pad over there with some docking bays. So I thought, why not? Hey Edward, how's it going? Thanks for joining us. Yeah, no, it's not a normal time that I would do a live. This was kind of like you know, one of those, I wouldn't even call it sporadic, because I usually do a live on Wednesdays, but I never did a live yesterday because I was busy doing some family stuff. You know how it is. It's family and whatnot before everything else. So I'm just kind of making up for the fact that I didn't do it live yesterday. Typically I run trains live on Wednesdays. But yeah, we had a thing, so I'm like, well, I'll just do a live tomorrow because I got to work on the layout anyways. There's some stuff that I've been meaning to take care of, aka this. So I'm like, yeah, I'll just jump on and work for an hour and get some work done. You know, it's always good to work on the layout for, you know, a little bit each day, but I'm gonna have to pick my kids up soon, so I thought I'd just jump on here and work away for a little bit, and anybody who's available wants to watch, they can hang out. Also, I want to remind you guys as well, I wonder if I've annoyed anybody yet, but tonight M&M Rails is doing Third Rail Thursday, so make sure you go over to his channel tonight, 8 o'clock, M&M Rails, Third Rail Thursday, Third Rail M&M Thursday. Yeah, should be good. Should be good. Usually is. So. He said something about testing out different Halloween costumes for y'all. So. Hey Delta, thanks for joining us. And Ace Trains 3106. What's going on, everybody? Do I have a Metrolink F59 PH or PH? Oh, PHI or PH. I don't have any Metrolink. The closest thing that I have to that would be the F59s. But all Canadian stuff go transit. Yeah, if it was in the budget, the Metra stuff look really nice. Or Metrolink. I like the it's the all white, and then there's like the two-tone blue kind, the baby blue kind of swirl. I think that looks probably like the nicest. But that's just my opinion. But yeah, if it was in the budget, I mean, I got 4 sets, and yeah, I ended up getting like 4 locomotives, all Rapido. So I don't think it was in the budget for a Metro as well. Let's see if I can get another angle here, because you guys are seeing that. There we go. Yeah, my wife's birthday is at the end of the month. I'm not sure what train I should get her. Any recommendations? Maybe I should get her the Metrolink. So I'm just kind of filling in this last one here. Almost to the bottom of this bucket, which means I will need a new one. What's also neat is that all three of these tracks here are individually powered, so I can basically have a train come in or have a train sitting on one track while another one's working the yard there, and there'd be zero interference and there'd be zero noise coming from the other one. Time is it? 2:57. I'm not going to finish in time. Or am I? Spend too much time talking. That has to be it. I'm normally at work, but I got stopped by the showstopper late week. My supervisor was put on medical vacation, Well, I'm really sorry that you caught the bug. Hopefully there's not too much damaging effects from it, because I know that it affects a lot of people in many different ways. And hopefully you can get back to work sooner than later, because I hear work's important, you know. You need work to make money, and you need money to buy model trains. So these are real things, people. Now some of this is kind of tight up against the rail, but it's just for the areas that there might be a little bit of a gap there, you know. And next week, you'll probably see this looking a lot more, I'm not going to say done, but I'll be able to do some more work on it next Thursday, because I'm doing Third Rail Thursday next week. So, we'll probably doing the worst part now so that it dries for a week, and then when you come back, it'll be good. And then we can really take a look at it and really get some work done. Oh, Wigwag with the donation. Thank you so much. Yes, I will need another bucket of plaster after this. You have no idea, but thank you. Thank you so much. Hey, Ethan. How's it going? Thanks for joining us. Mark normally buys plaster at $40. Yeah, Mark normally gets ripped off when he buys plaster for $40. And you know what? You can go and you can get Woodland Scenic's plaster and plaster cloth, but is it special or anything different than what you can go to the Home Depot and get? No. Same thing with their glue. Glue is very generic when we're talking about your like school glue, like white glue, you know. But for some reason, instead of going to the dollar store to get glue or glue sticks or glue guns or white glue, they want you to go to the hobby shop and pay extra for something like that. I'm literally scraping the bottom of the barrel on this one, guys. And I've got like just a tiny bit left here to do. We'll be seeing an empty container here in a minute. And this is a lot too, right? Like, because I've got the foam layer, and then I put cork down. Because obviously you put cork down and it kills the sound a lot. And then obviously you put the track down, and there's so many layers to this. Even just doing this section here, right? In some areas there's foam, and the foam is used to build up the land in certain areas, and then other areas I use the weaving, cardboard weaving. Not everywhere, just some places. It really depends on the area, but okay. What's that? Nope. Play-Doh. Yeah, I think, you know what they should do? They should get rid of the dollar store. Like in Canada, it's called the dollar store. Good luck if you can find anything for $1 in the dollar store. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, like you said there, it was $1.25 for glue. Probably. My glue sticks are about $1.50 for a small pack at the dollar store. So even glue sticks, not $1. So why are they still calling it the dollar store? What are the deal with thumbtacks? They're not thumbs. They're not tacks. Just kidding. Okay, just want to clear this part off here. And again, I have to sand this all down still, so that's a job for another day. What time are we at? 06. All right, this is some bottom of the barrel stuff here, guys. Just moving this back. And I will definitely need another bucket. Okay. And I just want to show you guys if I can do this without getting stuff all over everything. See? Empty bucket. I mean, I don't know if this is dry or if this is the... Okay, well, I got a bit more here. Waste not, want not. But yeah, it's basically a done deal with the bucket. So. I'm going to be so happy once I've got this all done here, because let me tell you, this whole section, doing the paper mill, lots of work. Lots and lots and lots of work went into this. Need the long one, or the wide, I should say. The wider one is better for larger areas, like this one. And cool. Let's see, Mystic. Hey, Mystic. Thanks for joining. And Kyle's going to work. I gotta go get my kids because they're getting off the bus real soon. So I finished everything that I wanted to finish. Took an hour. I was super happy that I was able to get it done. The taping and, of course, the concrete work as well. We'll call it concrete. I don't know. Again, thank you so much, everybody, for watching today. Don't forget tonight, M&M Rails, Third Rail Thursday over on his channel. And we'll be back here next week. This Sunday, I'm going to do the Sunday brunch kit builds. And hopefully somebody deletes that. That's in the chat there. They're getting real bad with that. Either way, you guys have a great day. And thanks for coming out.